Chika, it's good to have you. Good morning.
Morning. I mean, when you started with the Ghana story, I just said, let's what Mr. Kabeze said, spoke about in our program. Let's not be forced. IMF condition not be forced upon us.
Nigeria,
and let's give it that you be deliberate, But be that the mayor, MPC started, multi-party committee meeting started yesterday. For our viewers, the multi-party committee is the highest making body of the of money policy in Nigeria, comprising the CBN officials and some other external people, and they meet every 2 months to look at the parameters in the economy and then make a decision as to the direction of interest rates in the system. The work of central bank basically is actually managing money supply, and so all that. The pronouncements that the central bank governor normally makes at the end of the long speech is that we decided at the following to do the following. One, cash reserve ratio.
We have the last. We should put up the last decision that they made.
Cash reserve ratio. We decided to do this. It left it at 27.5%.
Correct.
Liquidity ratio at 30%, and then the major one, the multi-policy rate, which is the lead rate in the economy, they left it at increase it to 14%.
14%,
Now, so each time they meet, they have to decide, and of course, that's metric window. They decide on those 3 parameters, and then on what should happen for the next 2 months. Putting in basket whatever the issues that are in the world economy. So, what are we confronted with? Basically, what are the current conditions? One, we have very high inflation. The highest for a long time now. Headline inflation is about 20.52%.
Yes, that's right.
Food inflation is 22, hugging 23%. So that's one parameter. GDP growth was reasonable in the last quarter. And what other parameters? Unemployment. The last figure that we had was under unemployment just about 60%. Poverty capital of the world still. More than 100 million people living below poverty line. And so misery index in the roof, everything negative. So the issue therefore is, remember in the past, we said that the CBN was chasing 2 things, inflation and growth. And it happened that the policies that will improve growth were the policies that will lead to inflation. And so they were forced to look at how they can balance the two. But growth has been a little reasonable now, surprisingly. But so the major thing that we're chasing now is what? Inflation. Now, on a base level, inflation is bad as when too much money is pushing too few goods. So if you want to hold inflation down, you reduce the quantum of money in circulation. Very pedestrian, on the pedestrian level. Now, what has happened now, in the last 2 or 3 or 4 meetings, they moved the MPR by about 250 basis points. That's about 2.5% up. But still, inflation is at a runaway. Now, so something it tells you, therefore, that the brake for inflation is not actually increasing interest rates. Because the inflation in Nigeria is not driven by actually runaway money supply, but because of the issues on the supply side. And all the challenges that the production system is facing. And so, what will happen therefore is this. What do you think will happen? Would the CBN just close their hands and not do anything? But every economy in the world
is raising rates.
Maybe apart from Turkey. Turkey had their own rates already run away, so they're trying to moderate it. And the president of Turkey has always trying to intervene in the process, politically. So I think that because CBN has gotten a hold on growth, they will still, for whatever is worth, push up interest rates.
Okay.
Maybe about 50 basis points, thereabout. The US moved their own last at 75 basis points.
UK 50.
Everybody's doing something. So I think our central bank will do something. Now, put up the quote. Producer
Taiwo, okay, yes.
Can they put up the quote, please? If they can, the producer, can they put up the quote? I just want to
said the MPC, okay.
The MPC, needs to address the Naira's downward spiral with appropriate policy interventions to improve what? Exports. Let's to improve export. How can CBN improve exports? What are the challenges of export in Nigeria? Now, Nigeria earns its foreign exchange from what? Principally from oil. $100 per barrel, $7 per barrel now, at 1.8 million barrels allocation from OPEC. But we are producing less than a million barrels. So you know the problem there already there. Of course. And oil is about 80-90% of our FX proceeds. The other ones are non-oil exports, which Mr. Taiwo says MPC needs to address the Naira downward spiral by appropriate policy to move exports. So the issue is not a MPC solution. Now the solution, what I've always said CBN here is this, that the pricing of non-oil exports in Nigeria rewards consumers, not producers. Because I said consistently that for those who export, there's no cost in Nigeria now. Listen to me quickly. There's no cost in Nigeria that is done at CBN rate. At a 4 whatever it is, and 440 or 420 or whatever it is. That's CBN rate. Everybody that does his costing for his products now, raw materials, prices at the free market rate, which is at 700 or plus. So the exporters buy their raw materials at the black market rate to use in producing goods. And when they produce goods, you want them to sell and bring the export proceeds
back into the country.
And exchange at what? Lower rate of money. So you're rewarding the consumers of the dollars and not rewarding those who are producing the So I think that if the CBN, even though CBN has come there and said in this year initiative of the FTS 200 that they can ask it 5 naira on top of whatever, that's not enough. CBN must find a window that allows exporters in Nigeria, just like they did for diaspora remittances, to chase the near market rates for their export proceeds. And therefore, those ones that are trapped abroad and do some deals to, all of them will come into our banking system, even though they say poultry. And we encourage other people also to go into export. For me, that's the aspect I see MPC doing there. What's that in there?
He also said harmonize. Well, he was said to harmonize the rates.
Harmonize rates and promote import substitution. Import substitution again is not CBN policy. It's a fiscal side. So between me and you, brother, between now 8 months or 7 months remaining, what do you see
that can happen?
Between now and really nothing.
Not too confident.
Do we see any veritable source, additional sort of foreign exchange coming to our country?
No, we don't.
It's going to be difficult. Okay, if they move interest rates up again, well, 2 things will happen. Remember the other markets, they're moving rates up also. So the US investors may just, approximate risk and say, before the attraction is high interest rate in Nigeria, they come in here, put in their money here, convert it to Naira, and then take it out subsequently, but they may never be able to take it out when they want to take it out. So the risk there. Exchange rate risk, So will FPCs be attracted by the increased interest rate, local interest rate? There's a question mark there. But what certainly will happen is that manufacturers in Nigeria, in addition to all the problems they've already had, will now be dealing with higher interest rates.
On their loans.
So you have additional burden. Meanwhile, all the challenges we have on the supply chain have not been addressed.
So the fiscal side has to do something.
So the issues between now and end of the May 20-something, is there anything the fiscal side can do? So that we know who to call, not just MPC. MPC has limited tools to use in turning around the economy. For the economy to turn around, there must be that partnership between the fiscal side. The fiscal side is the politicians in power, and the monetary policy as implemented by the Central Bank of the country, who are supposed to be independent of the politicians.
Fantastic. Chika, that's why we have you on to break down these issues for us. We'll see what the decision is later on this afternoon. Arise business analyst Chika Mbono. Chika, thanks for joining us.
Thanks a lot.